let's fast forward. Once we know you're okay and you just got the bruised ribs, on the 15th, we see the very first Vince Attitude promo. This is where he starts talking about how we're not going to insult your intelligence with good guys versus bad guys.
Yeah.
Did you see that happen, like as a pre-tape, or did you watch it on a monitor? Did it feel like there was a shift to you as someone who was inside the business?
When we were talking, when we did the Pillman episode a few months back, I think I brought it up then, or maybe you brought it up to me, that Vince talked to all the men and women in the dressing room within a couple days of Brian's death, and said what we were doing before is no longer working. And if we're going to be successful, we need to rely on all of you to bring out yourselves in your characters. That, to me, was the dawn of the Attitude Era. You could pinpoint it with, the arrival of a couple other people, or Austin 316, or even though Austin 316 was already taking off in a huge way. But to me, that was the difference maker. That was the gear shifter. And there was a palpable sense of excitement that I think we've talked before about it. Kevin Nash coined it, you were a thing, you were a job vocation, right?
Yeah.
That so many of the characters, they were gone, right?
Yes.
The one-dimensional gimmicks that had worked well in the 80s, thing of the past.
Right.
More well-rounded characters, amplifying their own personalities became the way to go. And without that talk and without that shift in opinions from Vince, we would have been swallowed up by WCW.
I do feel like there's a snowball effect here.
I don't mean swallowed up and gone, but we would have been a distant second of what they were doing.
I just mean in terms of, you take a look at 95 with the debut of the Goldust character, and then your debut in 96, and then Austin 316, and then all of the Sean stuff in his shorts and DX, and it does feel like it starts to gain more and more momentum, and then it just takes off.
Yeah.
But I think you could even go back and say the Goldust character is the first time they started to really push the envelope of maybe, what this could be.
Yeah, he was a groundbreaker, for sure.
No doubt.
I remember at the time he came out, that Meltzer had said, like, this could be the death of, Dustin Runnels in professional wrestling.
It made him.
It made him. It was tremendous.